What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So we're going to talk today about an importance of vigilance, how vigilance is very important, things that you need to be looking for, things that you need to pay attention to, and some stuff like that. Because there's more than self-defense and carrying a firearm than just, carrying a firearm and going shooting and practicing. There's a lot more to it than that. The shooting part and the stuff is just the part that everyone likes to talk about. The part that's the most important part is the mind, the vigilance, how or what to look for, what things to avoid. That is the most important part when it comes to self-defense. I said it before in some of my older videos, just because there's a deep dark alley doesn't mean you can actually go down an alley just because you're carrying a gun. If you see an alley like that, you avoid the alley at all times. It doesn't matter if you have a gun or not. So your mindset is a lot more important than the actual tools that you use and the training that you have. But I had a dream last night, and one of the scariest things for our parents is a possibility that someone could take your kids. And I had, I guess you could say, a little bit of a nightmare about it, and I woke up looking for my son, making sure he was okay, because I had one of those things. And then it got me thinking about what happened to me a while ago and stuff like that. And then I decided, you know what, it's time to do a video regarding this, vigilance and stuff to look for and how to protect your family and stuff like that. So first I'm going to give you a couple ideas or a couple tactics that are being used by various people like kidnappers and stuff like that. One thing that people like to do, this comes from personal experience. I've heard stories about this before. In grocery stores, if you have your kids with you and you leave your kid unattended for seconds, people could walk up, take your kids, and run out the door really quickly. I've seen it on camera, I've seen it on video, and it's terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying. I've seen people drag kids and try to bring them out, and the kids kicking and fighting them. I've seen other pick up like toddlers, and toddler doesn't know what to do, and they just walk out the door, and the parent has their back turned for like a second. So always keep an eye on your kids and what they're doing. What happened to me, this was in the summer. It was actually in the summer. So my wife, she likes to, go and like do thrift shopping and stuff like that. One of the places she likes to go, like TJ Maxx and all that other stuff. And basically, I remember going in there. I had Noah. I was in the cart. My daughter was hit with her, and my two sons with me. Noah was in the cart, and Nathan was by my side. This woman, Hispanic woman, kind of a middle-aged Hispanic woman, walks to me. She looked kind of dirty and looked kind of odd, just kind of out of place in the town that we're in and stuff like that. She just seemed a little bit out of place. And she came up to me while I'm sitting there holding the cart with my son on that and my other son on my hip, pretty much on my hip, just kind of bored out of his mind. And she had really bad English, and she asked me, "I need help outside at my car. Can you follow me outside and help me out?" How odd is it for someone to randomly walk up to you in a store when you have your kids, asking you to come outside to help them out with a car issue? Something's seriously wrong about that. Now, I've seen this before, I've heard of this before, and there's a lot of good people in America, and they don't really think about what they're doing, and they've never had that bubble pop, the defensive bubble pop. Like, oh, no problem, I'll just help this person out, they just need help. Then they go out there, and next thing you know, they get guns pulled on them, or knives pulled on them, they're robbed, or the kids are taken, and stuff like that. So there are tactics that are being used out there, and you need to be aware of some of these tactics. Basically, if you're like at a public place, store, something like that, always have your kids within arm's reach. Always, always, always have your kids within arm's reach. If you have a stranger coming up to you, which is kind of weird and you're in the middle of the store, asking for you to follow them outside when you have your kids, don't. When you get a weird gut feeling, you trust your gut. All right, I'm just saying that, trust your gut. When you get like a weird gut feeling that something isn't right, that's usually because something isn't right. It's someone telling you, hey, this is not a good situation, whether it's an angel, whatever you want to call it, whether you're spiritual or however you want to, explain it. They're telling you that something is not right. And when you get that gut feeling, you need to trust that gut feeling, because most likely that gut feeling can save your life if you pay attention to it. Sometimes you got to cut out the brain and trust that gut and be like, no, something's not right about this. I'm going to not do this. Now, a good example of this is, this was actually, back in 07, I think it was, back 2007, I'd been out of the Marine Corps for a little bit. I was a security officer. I get promoted to a field supervisor, what is it called? The assistant watch commander. I had this one school that I had to go to. It was Notre Dame Preparatory High School, or Notre Dame Preparatory High School. This is over in Scottsdale, Arizona. Very high-end school. I mean, kids are showing up in Humvees and Beamers and Lotuses that the parents gave them. So big, very high-end private school. My job as security, usually it's the night security, because I actually, no, this is before I was a supervisor. I was the night security. Is the very first post I did. It was night security over there. What happened is, I remember I was doing my rounds one night. It was, I don't remember what time it was. It was like, I gotta say 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. Getting ready to head home. I was just doing my rounds one night, and when I was out there just going from building to building, checking the doors, making sure everything was locked, and, you know, smashing the little camel spiders. There's like a weird type of camel spider out in Arizona. If you guys my live feed last night, you know I hate spiders, so that's part of my job. For me anyway, was smash the spiders as I saw them. But anyway, so I'm out there checking buildings, checking doors, making sure the alarms are working and everything else, because I'm getting ready to leave. And then basically this school is right next to Westworld, and a massive open desert. I'm just surrounded by massive open desert. So I'm just out there just doing my thing, and I got that weird heebie-jeebie feeling in my guts, like something isn't right. Something is not right. I can only explain it as I felt like I was back in Baghdad, and I felt like someone had a scope on me. It's the only way I could explain it now. I don't think someone had a scope on me, but something wasn't right. I felt like I was being watched by something. Something wasn't right. My gut was feeling weird. I had cold chills going up and down my back. The hair was standing up in the back of my neck, and something was not right. And I almost wanted to move from cover to cover is how I felt. Keep in mind, I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps. I hadn't been out that long at the time. I felt like I wanted to move cover to cover and actually get sheltered to see what's going on. So I was fighting it the entire time. I was fighting that feeling like, okay, you know, it's whatever. It's just, you know, one of my things. It's just, you know, from Iraq. It's just something I'm still dealing with. That's what I was fighting that feeling the best I could. And then, but I picked up my pace a little bit, just a little bit. I was moving and building. And then out of nowhere, I heard a massive engine, motorcycle engine, vroom, rev. And out in the middle of the desert, these headlights turned on, and then there's multiple other bikes that were behind it. I don't know if it's a biker gang, I don't know what it was, but for some reason, these motorcycles were out in the middle of the desert. More than likely, they were out there from, now sometime when I had actually gone into the office and looked at the security cameras. The job was you check, you watch security cameras, you get up, you check everything, and every hour you go do like a walkthrough, then you go back to security cameras and watch everything, make sure something's safe. So the lights came on, there's multiple bikes that the lights came on in that area, and there's biker gangs out in that area. And I saw it, I was like, okay, this isn't cool. I went inside of one building, I actually almost set off an alarm going into one of the buildings. Luckily I knew the codes, I went in there and I punched the code in for that specific building. Something did not seem right. Now, I don't know why I had that heebie-jeebie feeling. All I know is that because of it, shortly after that, something happened that was going on. There was something that was going on. So following that gut instinct is kind of an important thing. Now, I've also seen a video. This is like I think it was like what was it, Asian area? I don't know if it was an Asian area. It was like a motel or something like that. And this girl, young girl, you know, she's just walking around on a catwalk, and some weird, you know, heavier set, you know, Asian guy walks up to her and just kind of looks at her and walks by really slowly and watches him. You see her like turn, like that was kind of weird, but she didn't think anything. She went right back to her phone and started playing with it or doing whatever it was. Next thing you know, he came out with a knife and he attacked her. If you see something and you start getting like the heebie-jeebies and something does not seem right, then you need to separate yourself from that possible situation. You need to be extra vigilant. You need to be vigilant at all times. But when you start getting that gut feeling that something is not right, that you're getting the heebie-jeebies, something's wrong with this dude, something's going on, whatever it is, pay attention to that. Because someone, like I said, it could be an angel, could be who knows what it is, something is telling you something is not right, and you need to be aware of it, and you need to get yourself to a safe place. I just want to throw it out there because I a lot of people in this modern day era just walking around on their phones, not paying attention. People walking into freaking telephone holes when they're on their cell phones and stuff like that, having no clue what's going on, or actually falling on train tracks and stuff like that. I saw a video the other day. Leg day. I'm a little sore today. I saw a video the other day. This girl, she was snowboarding, and she had her headphones on. She was like listening to some music and just rocking out. Had her selfie stick. And she's snowboarding going down a mountain, and before she started, you see a big, it looked like a Kodiak bear, started getting behind her like really close, and she had no clue what was going on, just in there rocking out to her music, and got her selfie stick out and started going down the hill. And then she was slowly going down the hill, working her way up, And in the background, you kept seeing the bear come and start chasing her, and got insanely close. And bears are fast, and was chasing her down the hill. And she was just too busy just rocking out to her headphones and stuff like that. You guys have probably seen the video. Just rocking out, looking at her selfie stick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Paying attention to the snow where the freaking bear is chasing her. A massive bear, which could kill her very easily, was chasing her. And she was so complacent to what was going on. Luckily, she got to a fast enough pace that she went away, and you saw the bear go up to the top of a hill and almost turn around is what it looked like. But she had no vigilance. She wasn't paying attention to her surroundings. She was too focused on her technology and her music and on what was going on to actually pay attention to what's going on around you. Now, I know the importance of your skiing or snowboarding to pay attention to the slope, but when you're out in the wilderness for any reason whatsoever, you got to constantly pay attention to what's going on around you. Like when I'm hiking, I love my hiking. I haven't gone since the summer. I go out to a place in Burlington, Connecticut, Sessions Wildlife. That's where I go hiking. I came across several bears out there, several bears. I don't stay on the main trail. I go off on the bigger trails, which is about a 5-mile trail that goes around the entire area in the actual refuge area, or wilderness refuge area. I come across several black bears. But I always saw them or heard them or felt them before they were coming. Like, you get that weird gut feeling again, you pay attention, you start smelling stuff, you're like, okay, it smells like something just recently died here. I don't know what it is or whatever. Could be animal, you don't know what it is. Then you look around and you realize that you're close to, you see the area and you say, okay, this could be a den area. So you move out of those areas. So wherever you are, whether it's out in the wilderness, in the shopping malls, local stores, or just going for a walk, guys, pay attention to what's going on around you. If you have your kids, always keep them within arm's reach, because there's a lot of bad people in the world, a lot of evil people in the world that want to take them from you. Okay, they are out there. Now, I'm not trying to create people to, I don't want people to be paranoid, but I want people to have a healthy paranoia. And I'm not saying like a healthy paranoia. It's have a healthy vigilance. Okay, know what's going on around you, because if you need to see the threat and recognize the threat before it becomes a threat, because if it catches you off guard, you're screwed, and there's a bad thing is going to happen to you or to your family or something like that. There you have it, guys. So I hope that I gave you some useful information. Guys, if you would, right down in here, go in the description. You'll see my link to Patreon. If you like this content and you would like to help fund this channel, help support this channel, go check me out over there. As you know, there's a war on gun channels like me. Even when my videos are monetized, I pretty much get no money from them whatsoever. And I'm just trying to make ends meet here. I'm just a dad, I'm just trying to make ends meet, a full-time dad and all that other stuff. And the channel is kind of what helps me get through the week. So if you would, guys, please go down there, help support this channel. I will continue delivering as much content as you can for you, but my Patreons, you guys, keep this content coming. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.